Welcome back to Midlife Revamped. People always say, enjoy it, it goes by fast. And when you're in the middle of raising kids, the diapers, carpools, the late night homework, baseball practice, the endless laundry, you nod and smile, but you don't really get it. In fact, you might even feel annoyed that you're being reminded of this fact as you are in the middle of it all. Until one day, you understand. My friend once told me not to blink. She had raised three kids, each 10 years apart, and she told me not to blink. And now, here I am. Another friend told me that one day you pick up your kid, you put your kid down, and you don't even realize but it's the last time you'll ever pick your kid up. My kids are older now, and sometimes I scroll through old videos and photos, and it hits me that the season is gone. Just like that. The years that once felt endless were really just moments. Every day, I marvel in what my kids have grown up to be, still just teenagers, but already so grown up. When I look back, I think about what I'd do differently. I wish I had the opportunity to slow down more, not in a guilty, I missed everything kind of way, but in an intentional way. I wish I'd stopped trying to make everything perfect, the meals, the birthdays, the schedule, and just been in it. Because kids don't really remember the perfect parts. They remember the laughter, the late night talks, the feeling of being seen and loved exactly as they were. I wish I would have allowed them to get messy. I was never that mom who allowed my kids to feed themselves when they were babies because I was just too lazy or maybe too exhausted to clean up the potential mess. I wish I would have allowed them to cook and bake with me every single time instead of worrying about how much longer the task would take if I had allowed them to help me. And then I think about how we were able to raise them around an extended network of grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins, fulfilling basic needs such as putting good food on the table, allowing them to participate in various extracurricular activities, and even taking them on various vacations. And I think, hey, we did okay. Now that my kids are growing up, I realize that midlife gives us this beautiful chance, not just to look back, but to look forward differently, to take everything we've learned, all the love, the mistakes, the growth, and turn it into something new. Because yes, those child rearing years fly by, but the story isn't over. There's still so much life to be lived, and this time I want to be fully awake for it. So if you're standing where I am, kids growing, house quieter, heart full, and a little tender, you're not alone. This is the next chapter. I plan on focusing more on my mental health and well being, which means lunch with friends, working out, and traveling. I've been lucky enough to have traveled to 9 countries, but there are so many more places to discover. This year alone, I decided to finally learn how to make sourdough. I remember thinking, what is this business of feeding a sourdough starter? What exactly is a starter and why does it get hungry? It all sounds a bit too much like a science project to me. I was intimidated, creeped out even, but also very intrigued. Then I learned how, when done correctly, it is great for your gut microbiome. Well, we've all heard about how important it is to take care of our gut, so sign me up. To date, I have made 100 loaves. Actually, the 100th loaf will be shown at the end, and it is way more satisfying than making cakes, which I used to make, but I don't anymore. If you're still making cakes, that's awesome, and I'm happy for you, and I hope you keep making them. So, cheers to baking bread or cakes, working out, prioritizing sleep, and doing all the things that are so important to do, but especially in this season of life. Cheers!